Hey everybody, it's Cody here from Rasslin Rage, and I am joined by none other than the Suplex Shogun, Jackson Stone. Now I'm going to ask him a few questions, but before I do that, make sure you smash the thumbs up. Smash that baby, right? Smash the thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Also, I want to let you know that Michigan Independent Weekly and Rasslin Rage is brought to you by Da Vinci Tattoo and Happy Harper Ice Cream. Da Vinci Tattoo is located at 3521 Pine Grove Avenue in Port Huron, Michigan. Mr. Suplex Shogun, Jackson Stone. What's happening, man?
Well. What do we have here? Cody,
What's
thank you
happening?
for having me back, man.
No, for sure. Now I kind of went back, and it was around February, so almost a little under a year. But back in February, around that time, you and I sat down, and I put a post out a little bit ago, a couple days ago, and it was shortly after Motown Showdown with Impact there at the Diamondback Saloon in Belleville. Um, you talked about on that last interview, you talked about, you had to make some decisions, and you said I got to do some things, and I got to make it happen. And looks like you're doing that. Exactly that. So tell us a little bit about how did this whole thing with Impact happen, because it was a 2-day weekend and you're still working at that. So tell us a little bit about that.
Well, first off, shouts out to all the Wrestling Rage faithful out there. What's up, everybody? Cody, again, thank you for having me, man. Now, Suplex Shogun has, the last time we talked, bro, it's so interesting what can happen in just the last, year. And again, actions speak louder than words, as they say. And that means a lot to me. And this business is all about the follow up. It's all about what you're gonna do next. It's all about what you're gonna do, how you're gonna do it. And for me, like it was clear. I had to make like some simple decisions. You either go for it all, or you flounder. And honestly, I don't want to flounder. One thing that Shogun does, one thing I always pride myself on. I built a lot of this. Like I didn't come from a famous school. I didn't have a famous name behind me, or family related, whatever. This is a lot of self-built. Of course, you have people help me along. So a lot of this is self-built. So I pride myself on having direction. And this year was like it was time for growth. And with Impact, that was something that was kind of like a seed that was planted a while ago. I would say probably about I'm gonna say my very first match at XICW.
Okay.
It was Johnny Bravo. And after the match, Bravo pulled me aside and said, "You need to be on a bigger stage. You need to get to a bigger stage, and here's how you do it." And essentially, he told me, start coming up to Can-Am, start showing your face to Scott D'Amore, start showing your face to the class and everybody around. Start coming out to shows and helping out. I would sometimes drive up to Toronto after I just get done with the show, in the States, and I would just help set up, or just simple things, anything like from just going help set up at shows, going to like WrestleCon, and helping out setting up shows, not getting on, no expectations, just shaking hands, setting up, taping up the ropes, in a particular way, the bleachers, whatever I can, and just hustling as much as I can, honestly, and just again let my face be out there. Of course, with the regular marketing I do, and
Absolutely.
and this opportunity, man, was just presented at the time of like, it was interesting, bro. I was just said, he pulled me aside, and he said you're selected to be part of this grand tryout, and at first it was just, I want to say it was about 2022. I posted a picture on my page. It was like the whole people, like all the class of that time.
I see it.
Yeah, it was like, I want to say 20, 22 people, but those people, it was 7 or 8 of us that got selected.
That's not bad.
Yeah, and for me, just that right there, all right, round 1, we made it. You know, we got there. That's good. You know, we got seen. And then, you know, to be selected out of the very talented, like it was, I want people to get it twisted. Shogun has some good competition, and I can't wait for them to post it. Like for them to put it up on the on Impact Plus and Twitch and all that stuff. Because honestly, it's gonna be a great showcase. But it was like just all those people from different parts, like different schools, just bringing their best. And out of those people that got selected, it was me and a handful of others.
Now that's some good stuff. Now I know that they kind of did. I know Impact did a little something previous to this a couple years back, and Rohit Raju, who's been on the show, he was at that time was going by Hakeem Zayn, and he's out of Michigan here, out of Saginaw, and they did it was called Global Forged, and there was a couple other guys from Michigan. BRD was on there, MM3 was on there, and so was Weaponized Alex Weir. Now, is this something similar to that they're doing?
Yeah, and also not to mention, I want to mention that Jake Something was also one of the participants as well. He didn't win, but he ended up getting signed later on. And so it's just one of those things where, again, the whole point is just getting out there, just getting your face out there. And for Scott and the Impact, you know, management team to select us, I was grateful for that. So
yeah, absolutely. Now correct me if I'm wrong, and I may be wrong here, but you're trained by Brandon Xavier, correct?
yeah.
Okay, wasn't Brandon on that too?
Ooh, you know, that's a good question.
I think he was. I have to look back at that.
I don't know. I would know. I feel like I would definitely know that answer. So just the fact that I'm guessing that I'm saying I don't know, I feel like he wasn't. But again, I could be wrong.
Right.
But I'm not gonna speak for him on that one. But I personally was just saying for me, I feel like he's a person that got passed up for sure. And even now, I feel like he's still a person with the mind he has. I feel like he's getting passed up on. So yeah, I mean, well deserved, to be honest, if he was.
Now, the last time we talked, you were the Proving Ground champion, and you still are the Proving Ground champion. But something that I haven't seen you participate in previously, you're now in XICW Proving Ground. Now, I haven't seen you participate in that. I'm not sure if you have previously, but this season, you're matched up with Sean Tyler. And you have, so he's your rookie and you're the veteran. And the rookies picked the vets this year. I showed the match that you two had, on the first episode, I believe it was, between you and your rookie. Tell me what it's like for you to be, you know, kind of taking some of the information and some of the things that you've learned throughout your career, and, you know, and you're still going on, you know, but what's it like for you to try to pass down knowledge to somebody else?
Well, I'll start off by saying I was part of the Wrestling with the Vet. I don't know what season. I think it was, don't quote me on this. I want to say it was season probably 3, but it was with Rick Matrix.
Okay. All right.
And so Sick Rick Matrix, and we were a team, and unfortunately he wasn't able to make it to the show, and so we were unfortunately disqualified from that. But that being said, I feel like we were to keep on going for that season. I think we would have won, honestly. But just pass that on. Me and Sean, the Art of War. Hold on real quick before I start this.
Got to get the lemonade.
You got the lemonade, man. The Art of War, man, that's just something that is unique to me. And for me to be able to pass on, I'm not even gonna say pass down, because Sean has actually been in the business, I want to say, even longer than I have. And for him, I'm glad he's getting this opportunity. And honestly, like, he's another guy that I feel he's another guy that needs to get out even more. Like, the world needs to see what Sean is about for sure. But for him, the style he represents and the style that I bring, I feel like we give such a really, like, just a genuine mesh of violence that others haven't that others haven't seen. And yeah, okay, I will admit, we were one of like what the second to last team like ranked or whatever or scored. No problem. The point of Art of War is learning your mistakes, Cody, right? And
Absolutely,
learning your
absolutely.
mistakes. So for us, we want to take that and we want to grow from that. And that's the best part about this team. It's not just me, and it's not just me over him or him over me. No, we're together in this. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Now, so, Proving Ground, there was another match that you had, and I believe it was episode 2 of this season. We're on season 7 for you guys out there that don't know. And hey, listen, if you don't know anything about Proving Ground or XICW, you need to find out all about it, because XICW is the premier promotion in the state of Michigan. And Proving Ground is only a testament to that part of it, right? The history and everything. But episode 2, you have a match with nobody knew that was even there. He wasn't on any flyer. He wasn't on anything. Nobody knew he was there. But you have a match with Mike Elgin, who is signed to Impact Wrestling and who is no slouch and who is a pretty big dude. Not only was it a great match, but after the match, Mike Elgin grabs the mic and basically shows you some respect and tells the people, he says, if the people react to you just like this, he sees bigger things for you. Tell me what's going through your head at that time, man.
All right, I'm gonna start by saying that preparation is key, and I'm going to say this with honesty. Like, I wasn't prepared in the ways of, oh, I have him. I was prepared for Elgin. When they mentioned, hey, you have Elgin, I was like, oh, okay. There's a mindset you got to bring when you have that kind of match with that type of person. So when they mentioned that, I was like, all right, G up time. And then that's when we really started reaching another level. And I feel that was a match in which I reached another level, that next level. And I feel like I needed that, and for him to grab the mic, take time, grab the mic and to say that to the fans, the people who saw him also, come up. And now this guy's traveling the world, globe-trotting everywhere, having great matches. He had a phenomenal match against Marufuji at Impact. And this guy, I mean, for him to do that meant a lot for me. So that's just more validation for me that, all right, you're on the right path. You're not there yet, but Shogun is definitely on the right path.
Now, you talk about not being there yet, right? And is there a there though? Is there, because I don't know if they're for you specifically, I know you personally, and you're a very driven person. And I feel like that's just right now in your head that you're not there when you say that. That's one stone, right? And then now there's another there after you get there. Do you get what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I feel like this is short term, and then there's even somewhere else that you want to go. Is there like more that you want to do?
Look, when it comes down to this goal of mine, like, I mean, it's just something more, I guess, of a vision, and it's something more that I have that visualization of having this overwhelming feeling of relaxation to know that I've completed as much as I can, and that's the vision I have for myself after this, after everything said and done. I want to have I want to have some of an iron legacy, some of like a very longevity type legacy, where it's something that's not just it's something that's just like present. It's something that helps others in the future. You know, I want it to be like, that's what I mean by longevity. I want to be able to just plant the seed for others to use that. You know, like that's all. I feel like that's all the business is supposed to be. It's supposed to be synergy all over. It's supposed to be tethering all over. All right, well, once I get to this point, now these people from where I'm from, now they can come up, and now, you know, I want to leave that impact. I want to leave. Sorry, I want to
No pun
leave. Yeah,
intended.
no fun. I want to leave. I want to leave that, like, that print on the business, and I want to let people somewhat, somewhat of a. You can use anybody, any figure. You know, you can use an Andre, you can use a Kenta Kobashi, a Dusty Rose, whatever. I want to leave that imprint that he didn't just make the like people around him better. He made the business as a whole better, you know, and positive and vibrant.
Absolutely. I totally get that, with, my background in martial arts and so on and so forth. So I totally understand what you're saying with that. So we know that you're all over the place right now. You're up in Canada, you're down in Illinois, Indiana, all Ohio, you're all over the place. You're at Mega, I think you're also at Battle at the Border too sometimes. And
Yeah. Oh, okay. You know what? I'm gonna definitely have to post a video for this, because I want to, like, personally just apologize to everybody out there in Indiana, out in West Harrison, that, Shogun, honestly, due to certain circumstances that were completely out of my control in that sense. I'm so sorry for not making it. Really, really am, because that was a very yeah, when I got the messages, I was just getting message by message by message of like, hey, what's going on? What's going on? And yeah,
right.
just,
Well,
hey, this guy,
right.
you know.
Hey, listen, I know how you are, and I know better than most that, if it had to have been something, and,
Oh yeah,
but,
Like,
but
look,
you're
man,
all over the place,
it's all right.
and we know that
Yeah.
you're working with Impact. You got this thing going on now. Is there other things that you're trying to do besides, the Impact, or is there other places that you're trying to work or anything like that?
Well, right now they haven't really, with the whole Impact thing, they haven't really, with this tryout, they haven't mentioned anything like in terms of who received a contract. Because I'm sorry, I don't think I even finished. It's supposed to be a winner for the contract of either Impact or Noah out in Japan. And so
Wait,
yeah,
back up a second.
yeah.
So is there two contracts or just one?
There's two contracts, but
Ah,
for the separate companies. So there's one for Impact and one for Noah. So yeah, we again, the whole thing was it was definitely an experience. It was definitely something that you had to be strong for. You had to be strong-willed, minded for. You had to be on point at all times. You know. So, but with that, man, like, yeah, they haven't mentioned anything yet, but when Shogun finds out, he will let people know. And either way, I just want to say again, thank you for all those that came out and supported, not just for the Michigan show out in Bellevue, but the one out in Dayton the night before as well. So thank you guys so much. It was great love.
I forgot about that. I knew that you were on a show the night before, and it was for Impact. But now that was so it was Impact, but it was also with what, Rockstar Pro Wrestling? Am I right, or was it Revolution or Revolver Pro?
Yeah, it was Revolver Pro and a mixture of Rockstar, but primarily I want to say it was Revolver.
Okay, and
Yeah,
I
'cause it was
believe
in Belgium.
Revolver is Sammy Callahan, if I'm not mistaken. But um, dude, what was that like? Tell me about that, going down there, and that's a premier promotion. A lot of people, talk. I have DVDs that I bought from Sammy Callahan, of his promotion, and I got a story behind that, but that's for another day.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was when I met him. But what was, what's it like down there with those guys?
Man, the energy is you feel it. It's a fight. It's a big fight feel, and the crowd. The crowd is what really brings it. the crowd will let you, like, they'll let you know, and they'll definitely let you know what they're feeling, and I love that, and they just want to see some action, and when you pop off some suplexes, you just get G'd up, and so do they, and it's just that energy starts pumping. You know how I get.
Yeah,
It's
oh
crazy.
yeah. Now I've been to Michigan, and the furthest I've went now is Indiana. I rode with Cyrus down to Indiana for a show with UWF down there for
Oh,
the
nice.
show
Okay.
Thrill Seeker.
Okay.
I've never been to Ohio yet. I do
Yeah.
have friends in Ohio that actually have promotions, and I want to go down and hang out down there. But
Nice.
I just I didn't find Indiana to be nearly as rowdy as, say, we are at XI.
Mhm.
Do you find them just as rowdy down in Ohio?
Ooh. Ooh. Man. I think, you know what? I love my hometown. Shogun loves the 37th Chamber. I love Detroit, but it's just one of those things where like the energy in Detroit is so raw, and uh, again, XICW shows always have that high energy. Mega shows definitely always have that high energy. There's a match with me and Paxton Calloway that we just had. That the crowd was definitely they just want to see somebody get cracked.
Right.
But and PCW show has been crazy. War Wrestling, Lima, Ohio, very very energetic crowd. Indiana, I do enjoy because they really love, like, they really just love those fights. But for right now, man, I will say, yeah, Detroit has it. But I love all the energy. I don't know, for some reason, for me, it's just whenever I chant Shogun, if I hear it, I'll go.
Right. I think, I can't speak from personal experience because I haven't been out in other places, but just going to all these different organizations in the state of Michigan, XICW crowds are in a league of their own, anyways, because they're
yeah.
pretty rowdy and pretty crazy, and I like to add to that craziness. I will admit, and I
Oh, I know.
absolutely love it. I love every show that XI puts on, and I'm not afraid to say it. But
Likewise, man.
right now, dude, you have all these things going on with the wrestling, and you're all over the place. How do you stay grounded? How do you stay grounded and not, get lost in the moments?
Ooh. Oh man, the best part is to embrace those moments, really. Like, that's just the best part, is just to embrace that moment. Like, man, this year, again, this year's just been about, every year should be about progress, but this year especially, it's just been about movement and progress and follow up. Just constantly just punching that bag, and, you know, just big time players perform in big time situations, man. And I try to put myself in many, many big time situations. And I've been put in big time situations that unbeknownst to me. So, and you had to perform, you had to uphold, and sometimes you have to outperform. And that's why I hope I reach that standard, and I hope I pass that standard this year. I believe, just based off just like the fan reception, I believe I have, and I believe that it's another level that Shogun can take it to, So yeah, this year, man, this year was great. This year was fun.
I would definitely agree with that. This is a good year for the show,
Thank
the
you for being
Suplex
part of that.
Shogun.
Thank you for being part of that too, bro.
Hey, no
Like, you,
problem, man. I absolutely love it, man. I love wrestling, and but the most part is I talked about this the last time, and I've said it in posts, and everybody I've ever met that's never met you, I says, listen, you got to meet this guy. You got to meet the guy because he's not your typical person. And when I say that, I mean that with the most respect, because you are one of the most humble people I have ever met in my entire life. And I am a martial artist and know plenty of masters in the art. And you are the most humble person I have ever met in my life. And not only that, I would love to tell this story about you, because I don't know any wrestler, and that's the big time, small time, little time, anytime, right? I don't know any wrestler that goes out of his way to take a picture with his fans on his own phone with his own camera. That I have never seen done. And I think that sets you, one of the things that sets you apart from everybody else is that you are probably one of the most liked people that I don't even know how to explain it with you, man. It's a good thing though.
Dude, look, man, that's first off, that's some real humbling stuff just to hear that, because like every single show, Cody, dude, you're the loud, you, Josh, you guys are just the loudest. Like for real, like I love it, man, and the energy you guys bring to every show, not just XI, but every show you guys are at. It's just always, you guys love wrestling, man, and that love helps fuel us to do what we do. It helps fuel the business, bro. So thank you so much for that, and dude, just for you saying that, like, I mean, for me, I view it from a perspective of, you for real can just go. You can die tomorrow. You know what I mean? And what you leave, like what you leave left is what people have. Your last interaction, your first interaction is what people have, like that thought. And whatever thoughts, whatever feelings I can leave with people, I want to leave great feelings. I'm not trying to be one of those to please everybody. No, just I want to be able to, if we get an opportunity to talk, we get an opportunity to rap, I want you to be able to feel that Shogun does care. Like it's one of those things that a lot of people don't have that. A lot of people don't have that feeling of, does this person really care? I feel, and I want people to understand that, I definitely appreciate like every single suplex, every single chant, every single like drink of that lemonade, man. I appreciate you guys just cheering me on for that. So this year has been one of those years. It was like big time growth. And I feel like next year is going to be another situation for that. And I feel that it's just the Shogun clan is just going to keep growing and growing and growing. But it's going to be because of people like you. You know what I'm saying? Like people like Josh.
Amen. And we definitely appreciate that. And I know every fan of yours out there does as well. They appreciate that interaction because it makes them feel important.
I'm sorry to cut you off. I want to give a quick shout. I don't even know if she watched it. Shout out to Delana. She's a sweetheart. She one of photographers usually for war. One of the photographers for war. Sometimes she takes photos for Rockstar every now and then. But she's a great fan, great person. She's been out to a couple Michigan shows. Thank you. Love you, Delana. Thank you so much.
So big shout out to Delana from Rasslin Rage and the Suplex Shogun Jackson Stone. Well, on that note, my friend, I want to say thank you so much for sitting down and rapping with me on the good old Rasslin Rage here. Listen. Oh, I gotta ask you before this is. The last time we talked, you didn't have your own ice cream. You have your own ice cream now.
Yeah, dude. It's been crazy. Okay, so, dude, shouts out to Happy Harper's. Happy Harper's ice cream, ladies and gentlemen. Honestly, the best ice cream in Michigan. Like, I would even say the Midwest. We have some competitors on the East Coast, but I think Happy Harper's takes it. Like, shouts out to him for even giving me this honestly delicious. Like, do you like it, Cody? You enjoy it?
Dude, there's 2 pints in the freezer right now.
Hey, that's what those lemon cookies are so delicious. I love that you put spirit to it, man. And just to have that flavor, and it's just, and people, it's cool to people like whenever people come up like, hey, I bought some of the Shogun. Like, really? that makes me feel great. So
yeah, that's awesome sauce, man.
I hope it makes people, I hope it encourages people to get some suplexes with love for Christmas.
That's great. All right, man. Listen, guys, in the last interview, he told us all his social media. I'm just going to put it down there for you guys. I know all the stuff already. I'm going to put it down there. Listen, click the link. Follow him on his Facebook, on his Twitter, on his Instagram. Get on his YouTube channel. Check out all his videos, man. Subscribe. Help the dude out. And if you like what you see, share, like some more, and then share again. All right?
And share again. And then do the same thing for Rasslin Rage, man. Cody, you are doing great things for Michigan wrestling, Midwest wrestling in general, bro. It's a great renaissance. It's a great time to be a fan and a wrestler, bro. And you're one of the guys that's definitely in the forefront of that in terms of just pushing us, in terms of just showing people what we're about, bro. So thank you so much, man, for what you do. Keep doing that, because that's the type of stuff that is just 20, 30, 40, 50, 100 years from now. That's the type of stuff that'll keep us going.
Well, I appreciate that, sir. I really do. You know how it goes sometimes, but
Oh, yeah.
thank you so much, brother. Thank you. Guys, again, make sure to like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Follow the man, Jackson Stone, the Suplex Shogun. That's right. Make sure to check out Michigan Independent Weekly Tuesdays at 10 a.m. on r2youtube.com. And also it'll be on Facebook too. Thanks a lot, guys.
This is Rasslin Rage. Do it now. This is Rasslin Rage. Scream it out loud. This is Rasslin Rage. Cody Fleming is the man who leads the brigade. Let's go down. This is Rasslin Rage. Do it now. This is Rasslin Rage. Scream it out loud. This is Rasslin Rage.